His name spells of grandness and taste. Royal Pineda is one of the country's most respected and a world-renowned figure in the field of architecture. His modern tropical creations have captivated the hearts in global architecture. Let's take a peek into the life and works of His Highness, Architect Royal Pineda. I'm with a man who needs no introduction, Architect Royal Pineda. Good morning.
Good morning, Isabel.
Okay, well, everybody knows you are an architect, of course. And how about telling us how long you've been practicing?
Well, I've been practicing for 15 years already. I started with a very good firm. I worked with the group of our national artist, Lindy Loxien. My training basically with architect Ed Ledesma was the best training that I think any architect would and could ever have. That 5 years of training and now the 10 years of doing my own architecture is something that I'm really excited about and doing continuously.
Now, is this something that started as a hobby? Did you like drawing as a child? How did you...
Well, it's really very natural. No? In fact, the real story is that I don't even know what I really wanted as a course.
Yes.
But I knew what I wanted to do.
Okay.
Like I wanted to design, I wanted to do architecture or buildings,
Yes.
homes. With that, and my father, my mom, who also loves to paint, both of them are educators, in fact. No?
Okay.
But I think the good thing is that they're both into paintings or sketching.
Yes.
No? So with that, I think it was good.
Second nature for you to,
Yes,
I guess,
and I'm the
start
first
doing
architect
this.
in the family, no?
Oh, wonderful.
I mean, in the entire family. It was natural, and I think it was a destiny for me.
You've said you've been doing this for quite a lot of years already. Now, do you feel that you've developed your own signature style already?
I think so. In fact, when I was in my previous firm, I was so eager to already express the feeling and that sensibility that I wanted, which is nature. You know, it was all about nature. It was all about having something natural for a reason, having my design evolve from something that was a God-created element. So when I started to work and collaborate with my partner in this company that we created, it was really almost towards that level of just implementing it. I think the best thing is that the suppressed feeling and those years of wanting to do something that you want to do,
Yes.
suddenly it's now ready and you can do it. It was really like an adventure of
Creativity
yes,
wanting
and
to
it's
burst
now
out.
it's now flowing. It's just continuously flowing, and it's a never-ending process. And it's beautiful because the inspiration is never ending. It's infinite.
Yes.
Because it's all about nature. I think when I met Budji, it was a perfect timing. Like my urge of having and wanting to do my own architecture was presently happening inside me.
Correct.
And I wanted to really be out there and design my own approach. And here is Budji also. He was doing his projects.
You've been featured in magazines and books, coffee table books, of course. What are your personal favorites?
All my projects seems to be my favorites. But right now, I think some of the present projects that we recently also finished that excited me and still exciting me. We did a project in Tel Aviv. No? This is a showroom owned by an Israeli lady who believes in the philosophy of nature. I met her maybe 5 years ago, and she came back to me after 3 years with a plan and showing an old granary, a wheat granary.
Yes.
It's a pyramidal shaped granary of 800 square meter, columnless, huge, big, you know, very majestic. And she said, I think I got the right location. And so what I said, let's keep everything honest. Keep it natural. Let's just show all the concrete. Let us just be honest with the structural. And let's create a space that will feature every space, every material, every product of Earth. And when you go to that showroom, the idea is that the space should draw you to the deepest corner of the space without an effort. And what we created there is a series of levels, and to keep the natural flow, it is a cycle of spaces, but different levels that will somehow give you an experience of the 5-story high, open, overlooking different elevations. And because the wheat granary has that opening, no? That's where
Correct.
they drop the wheat.
Correct.
No? So what we did there is that we kept it as a skyline. And the idea, and being in Israel, it's so majestic. Like when you see the light passing through and entering the dark space with all the organic products and everything, it made the whole thing very special.
So you've talked about your projects abroad. How about something closer to home? What are your projects here?
Yeah, we're now doing something in Bohol. What's really great about it is that we're doing the total design on this project. I'm doing the architectural design. We're doing the interiors, the landscaping, the styling,
Okay.
the products, the uniforms.
Really?
Yeah, it's a total thinking. It's a total approach of design.
Yes.
Of course, we collaborate with the professionals also, the artists. Having a size of this resort would be very exciting to see because it's almost like taming everything to the concept that you want.
Creating a sort of lifestyle.
Yeah, it is like an environment that you have envisioned totally. Like even the person walking beside you, serving you, is part of the design.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
Here in the city, we're doing condominium, and I would like to emphasize a concept that is for Makati. It's a very big responsibility to create something that will be there almost permanently and to affect the landscape or the cityscape, the psychological part of living, the people around, the people who are in contact with your architecture. It is very important. Why don't we give back the lots to the people?
Yes.
So I said, this will be the new concept. So the new concept is raise everything up. Bring everything that is supposed to be a footprint on the ground up there. First, also for privacy, you have your rooms, your units up there. Everything on the ground can be a dramatic entrance or a lobby and a park, and for the people. At the same time, opening these corners and opening these footprints, let the air passes through and fuse out all these smokes coming from the cars.
True.
It is an urban renewal somehow, and it's a very physical improvement. It doesn't need much technology. It doesn't need much of these high-tech machineries.
Yes.
It is just about saying, let's just lift it up.
Let's talk about one of your more famous works, the Naiya Airport.
Well, the Naiya Airport, that was really exciting. For us, it was a beautiful vision. When we were designing it, when we were conceptualizing it, when I was trying to do that space, that architectural conversation between the old architecture of the late Lindy Locsin and the new architecture and the fusion of the modern and the past being put together and solve the issues of the Philippine terminal, the airport terminal, and still capturing and trying to put the culture of the Philippines.
Yes.
It was a very exciting process to know and to find all these movements in the airport,
Yes.
all these events happening inside, the family welcoming, the relative or the friends, and that experience of walking through in it and trying to come up with a design solution that is very practical, should be very practical, easy to implement.
Okay, so thank you very much for your time. I don't think anybody else could say it better. When it comes to design, it's important to have your own design sensibility and, of course, conviction in your design and what you believe in. Air conditioning is an essential element in home building and office management. With temperatures rising, air cons are indeed an integral part of everyday living. That is why we all need efficient and reliable air conditioners. Find out why York air conditioners are creating a buzz as it cools homes and buildings around the world with a technology suited not to harm the environment.